As one year ends and another begins, it's time to yet again take a moment to seriously and soberly consider what foods are going to be hip. What should we be seen eating next year? What's trending? Claims for trending foods abound, but fortunately, food and restaurant consultants Bond & Whiteman have issued their definitive 2015 trend report. And the answer is this: we're all going to be into ugly root vegetables like celery root, parsnips, and beets. The ugly root vegetables, often gnarly, hairy, knobby, and alien looking, are vastly underappreciated. But unlike some other vegetables, they're available in wintertime. They contain healthful fiber and slow-burning carbohydrates, which make you feel full, and they're cheap. So step with me into the underground world of ugly root vegetables, and let's explore a couple of their possibilities. Let's begin with celery root, or celeriac, a variety of celery. It's low in calories, high in fiber and nutrients, and beneath its gnarly exterior lies delicate deliciousness. So with no further ado, let's get started cooking with this ugly root vegetable, and we'll couple it with another trending food, oysters, to create arguably one of the best dishes of 2015 has to offer: seafood and celery root broth. And these are the ingredients: 3/4 pound of celery root, 1/4 cup of coarsely chopped tender inner leaves from celery ribs, 1 teaspoon of table salt, 4 cups water, 1/2 stick unsalted butter, 1½ pound of mushrooms, fennel bulb, 1 sweet onion, 1 cup of dry white wine, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 12 large sea scallops, 12 jumbo shrimp peeled, 12 shucked oysters in their liqueur, 1/4 teaspoon coarsely ground black pepper, coarse sea salt to taste. Preparation as follows: peel celery root with knife, cut into 1½ inch pieces to make 1 1/3 cups. Simmer celery root and 1/2 teaspoon of table salt in water in a saucepan, partially covered, until tender, approximately 12 to 15 minutes. Transfer the celery root with 1 cup of cooking liquid, reserving the remainder, to a food processor and puree. Force the puree through a sieve into a bowl, then stir in 1 cup of reserved cooking liquid. Dice 1 cup of fennel bulb, dice 1/2 cup of onion, heat 2 tablespoons of butter in a 12-inch heavy skillet, then cook mushrooms, fennel, onion, and remaining 1/2 teaspoon of table salt covered, stirring occasionally until softened. Add wine and boil, uncovered until reduced by half. Stir in celery puree, cream, and remaining 2 tablespoons of butter. Add scallops and shrimp, then simmer covered, turning occasionally until shellfish are just cooked through, approximately 5 to 6 minutes. Divide scallops and shrimp among 4 bowls. Divide vegetables from skillet among those bowls. Boil celery broth in skillet over moderate heat, stirring occasionally until reduced to about 2 cups. Add oysters, include their liqueur, and cook over moderately low heat until edges begin to curl, approximately 1 minute. Transfer oysters to bowls with slotted spoon. Spoon thicken puree over seafood and vegetables, then sprinkle with pepper and sea salt. Garnish with celery leaves. Now that is delicious, but admittedly it's sort of dull in color. So what to do? With just a bit more effort, you can whip up a hot pink cocktail using a shrub syrup featuring 2 ugly root vegetables, beets and horseradish. Now it's worth noting that beets have some special qualities. They're considered to be superfoods, but they contain a group of red pigment known as betalains. As a result, some people who eat this beet root will find that their urine temporarily turns pink, or their feces may turn red. Don't be alarmed. It's really harmless. So onward to the hot pink cocktail. And the ingredients include the following: 2 stalks of celery, 1 medium beet, fresh horseradish, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 ounces of gin, 3 ounces of seltzer. And the preparation includes the following: first, make the beet, celery, and horseradish shrub syrup to help dissolve the sugar. Strain the mixture through a fine mesh sieve, pressing the solids to extract as much of the syrup as possible, and add the vinegar to the syrup. Now for the booze part of the hot pink cocktail. Fill a cocktail shaker with ice. Add 3/4 of an ounce of shrub syrup and gin. Shake until well chilled for approximately 20 seconds. Strain into an ice-filled highball glass. Top with seltzer. Stir to combine and serve. Now, after all this work and preparation, we finally get to test this cocktail. Fresh, tasty, and refreshing, but it needs more gin. It simply needs more gin.
I got the river, the river. She gives me everything free. I love the river's taking care of me. But it hurts me. I get my breakfast, I get my lunch.
Perfect. A fine beverage for 2015 and beyond. Just remember, more booze, better cocktail. In conclusion, we can say that the trending foods of 2015, the ugly root vegetables, are moving us ever downward towards the soil with happy results. So what lies in the future? What's next for 2016 and beyond? Chefs are getting back to the land. They're communing with the soil and even putting it in their dishes. Food and Wine reports that the trend is widespread. Here's to 2016 and beyond, and digging into the next trend.
When I got trouble, he take my trouble and carry them to the sea. I love the river's taking
Bon
care of
appetit.
me.